Okay, it's a regular council meeting for August the 15th at 6 o'clock. We have a quorum. We've established a quorum. Will, would you give the invocation?
Yes, please rise. Stand. Join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before thy throne of grace as we ask for your blessings on this meeting and our friends and our neighbors, as you help us survive the heat and then maybe bring us a little rain in the near future. Just guide and direct us always in your gracious hands. In God's name we pray, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have communication from the audience? Mr. Baer? Mr. Baer, you're up. Yes, sir.
Mayor and City Council bringing to you tonight a potentially deadly situation in Ivanhoe. It's at the entrance coming into Ivanhoe, where the turn lane starts down the roadways and comes in. Supposed to turn in. Okay. An incident about 3 weeks ago, I was up there, saw a car in the driving lane, I saw a car in the turn lane. I'm going right. And I see the cars coming, I said, okay. I took my foot off the brake and I was easing out. I just barely got to the edge of the lane there and saw that he wasn't turning, he was coming on. And he had to be doing at least 60 plus to pass that car. And I'm asking you and City Council to draft up a.
We'll get you out from underneath the speaker so that feedback will stop. Justin looks like he's about to have an aneurysm.
Okay. To draft a petition to present to TxDOT to take some steps there to prevent the turn lane being used as a passing lane. What I mean by that, we can go down maybe 60 feet from there and put those little rubberized markers about that size for a turn into Ivanhoe to help prevent that. Anybody that turns out on that highway and they're using that turn lane as a passing lane, you're going to get hit in the driver's door. How many are going to survive that?
Yes, sir.
And
I'm not supposed to respond, but it's happened to me 2 different times. I've seen other people as well.
okay. How about a petition? If you get a petition and get some citizens to sign it,
I will talk to the head engineer for TxDOT and see what can be done.
Okay.
We were trying to patrol out there. We got shut down by the
Yeah.
JP and the DA.
but you know, you don't say anything until something happens to you.
There's been horrible wrecks up there.
And I think this is a preventative measure for public safety for TxDOT. To do this, it won't cost them how much? Widen the
We'll take care of it. We'll get back to you with
widen
it.
the driveway and make that turn lane where they have to turn, or they're going to beat up the front of their car with those.
I will talk to the TxDOT chief engineer and see what can be done.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
sir. Okay, the consent agenda. We're going to postpone approving the minutes from the special meeting on July the. I stand corrected. I'd like a motion to. To approve the minutes of the special meeting on July the 2nd.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carries. I'd like a motion to approve the meetings from the regular council meeting on July the 18th.
So move.
All in favor? Passes. Okay. There's a lot going on. This weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, there's a community resource fair that will be here at the City Hall. There'll be a number of booths here to talk about free and low-cost resources available in our area in social services, healthcare, community resources, and a lot more. You should, if you are interested, you should show up for that. Emergency Management Office is offering to install smoke detectors in people's homes if they don't have them or want them. This is a free service. It's an outreach by the Emergency Management Office. It would be county employees and firemen that would come and install these. If you are interested, we have the forms in the office up here. September 21st, there's a fly-in at the airport. There's going to be all kinds of festivities, food trucks, airplanes. I believe there's going to be World War II airplanes there that you can walk up to and touch. I'm not for sure. Do you know any more about it? Huh?
I don't know if those guys will let you touch them. They're pretty picky about their plane.
I was able to walk through one of the B-29s when it was in Sugar Land. Climbed into it. Anyway, there's that. Let's talk grants. The $11 million grant, the plans have been submitted to TCEQ for Lake Ivanhoe and Lake Camelot. We were expecting Lake Ivanhoe to be construction starting on it before Camelot, but the Camelot, TCEQ replied quicker to the Camelot plans than they did to the Ivanhoe plans. So we may end up breaking ground on the Camelot Dam first, which would be great. Engineering is currently working on Lake Tristan plans. The goal is to get that to TCEQ on 8/19. That's the S-curve on Lakewood. We've encountered a little bit of a snag. It's a money issue. They want 300 feet of 5-foot square conduit all along the S-turn and straighten the S-turn out. It seems like overkill. The engineering company, LJA, said that it seems like overkill, but we're being dictated to by TCEQ in preparation for a 1,000-year flood that we probably will never see. The CDBG MIT supplement, the 7.9, we're working on the release of payment number 12. We're paused with so GLO can process the amendments. Construction is ongoing, and the contractor has requested a draw number 7. So we're moving ahead with all the individual little projects that we have associated with that grant. The $1.9 million grant, that's a CDBG MIT mod, is for Lakewood from Camelot to Tristan Dam. So they're going to be excavating 4 inches of road base and asphalt on the entire length of that road, Lakewood, from the Camelot Dam to Tristan Dam, coming back with 4 inches of fresh limestone with 2 inches of asphalt. So that road is going to be a brand new road when it's done. We had the pre-bid meeting last week. We're 3 weeks away from having the sealed bid openings and the signing or awarding the contract to the winning contractor. We had 5 that showed up. That's really unusual. We've had 3 show up before, but we've never received more than 1 bid, so we had to cast a very broad net to satisfy the requirements of the GLO. 22nd Street is done, but it has some issues that we sat down with with Texas Materials today and with the LJA's inspector, and they're going to go back and make it right. They're going to fix it the way that it should have been to begin with. They had a project manager out here that was just a little too young and a little bit too experienced, and great guy, just was in a little bit over his head. Still waiting on, I submitted a request for $300,000 for the hazardous dam grant to be able to work on Charmaine Dam. I still have not received word back whether they're going to fund that. That was through FEMA, and we had thought we would hear back by April, and here we are, August. Ivanhoe Drive, the commissioner's GLO grant, the judge has signed the contract. I keep saying that. That's all I know at the moment, but it's in the works. Update on Charmaine Dam. Just a little bit about the contractor, Epoxy Design Systems. They're a specialty trade contractor that was established in 1977 that provides significant reductions in infrastructure life cycles. They repair, protect, and strengthen existing concrete structures in commercial, industrial, and marine environments, both domestic and international. When they showed up this past Monday, the first thing I did was ask the foreman, have you ever done this before? And he looked at me kind of funny. He said, yes. He said, I've done warehouses, I've done houses, I've done bridges, I've done overpasses, I've done highways, I've done cement piers at the Port Authority, I've done cement bulkheads at the Port Authority, we've done underwater cement repair. This is just a cement floor to me that happens to be at an angle. Very, they're very experienced. We were very fortunate to find them. They started work on the dam. They showed up Monday. They started work on it Tuesday. This afternoon, they had completed pumping 56 cubic yards of flowable grout into multiple voids on the dam, and we're still going. We've allocated enough funds to be able to pump 100 cubic yards of flowable grout into the dam. When we're done, we think that the dam will be able to be open to vehicular traffic again, and the target was to have it done by this coming Saturday to open it up. It'll probably be delayed a couple of days just to make sure that all of the cement has settled. In the works, we're developing a routine maintenance plan for all of the dams. We envision this plan to have something along the lines of semi-annual inspections of the caulking on the spillways, along with annual inspections of the caulking of the entire dams. We don't have anything concrete yet, but we're moving in that direction. And I think that's about it. Is there,
What about the leak?
sir?
It sounded like that one was kind of concerned about doing that.
Speak into your microphone, please, sir.
Yeah, that foreman seemed like he was a little bit concerned about that leak that's coming about in the middle of the spillway. And he said
We're plugging that from the inside with flowable grout.
Okay, he's going to do, yeah.
So we've already looked at that and we're addressing it. He's going to also come back and do he's going to use a V-wheel grinder on where the crack is.
and then,
and clean it out real good and then come back and caulk it.
yeah, okay. Well, I was just wondering, because that wasn't part of the bid, he said, was it?
No, that was
he said.
that was new, but we're prepared
he's
to
ready.
do what we need to do. I was just talking with Will Warren here a second ago. We've allocated enough funds to be able to. Well, it was $50,000. That included the first 10 cubic yards of grout. When he got here and realized that they weren't going to have to use bags but could use trucks, he said, we'll make it 20 cubic yards. So we have, for that $50,000, we have 20 cubic yards of flowable grout. We sat down and figured how much we could go. Another 80 cubic yards would be $20,000. It's $70,000. That's still less than half of what the second bid was. And we were just talking about if we're going to be using emergency funds, and if we get this close to having it completely done, we may just bite the bullet and see it through to the end and be done.
Yeah.
So that's it, and that's that for now. Jim, are you filling in for Chief Drumm?
Unfortunately, Steve Drumm is out sick, so I'm filling in for him today. Our July monthly report shows 29 calls, 28 traffic stops, 14 citations were issued, 14 warnings were issued. There was no actions on code enforcement this month. We assisted 2 other agencies and made 1 arrest. Okay, and we have hired a new officer. And she's in FTO right now, doing some field training. Carolyn Dower is her name, Daher, and probably at next council you'll get a chance to meet with her. Okay?
We're very happy to have her. She's trilingual. She speaks fluent Spanish and a bit of Arabic.
Yes, will be a very good addition.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Thank you.
I didn't bring the paperwork out here for the municipal court. Do you have it? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The court collected $4,666 for the month of July. The city's portion of that was $2,655. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Marshall.
Yeah, we're still on, just to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Kind of caught me with my britches down, so to speak.
Oh, gosh.
We've been so busy playing catch up. I'm just going to make this short and sweet. I don't have the numbers of how many we did or didn't do, but they're out there. We've had one hell of a year so far as breakdowns. Seems like everything that could break has definitely broken. And it's not been cheap, but funds were there. Thank y'all, all of you, for that. And we are steadily getting back on track. Our excavator was in the shop for a month. That hurt us. We had several other pieces, the tractor. It's just one thing after another, but we're getting them back together, getting them out of the shop, getting them back on the road. So we're moving forward with that. As Skip mentioned earlier, our friends with Texas Materials has stepped it up a notch.
First, what about the side mower?
I'm getting
Oh,
to
okay. All right, okay.
I got an order here to go
Okay,
to.
apologies.
If you mess me up, there's no telling where I'm going to end
Okay.
up. Lost my train of track, man. Okay, culverts, we're moving forward to get everything on our end, on their end done. To date, we probably put in close to 600, a little over 600 feet of culverts. I think we're down to about 250 to 300 left to go. So we're seeing daylight now finally. We have, I know this is a shock to everybody, we have a new slope mower. I say new, it is new to us. And I certainly want to thank the county commissioners, Commissioners Court, everybody that signed off on it, and a special thank you to Mr. Joe Blacksher, I think of Precinct 1, for his generosity. This is a 109 horsepower four-wheel drive Kubota tractor with a 22-foot reach slope mower. It will go about 9 feet below grade, and it will, I think, 19 feet high. Pivotal head can go against the tree line, back slope, in slope, wherever you want to go. This is going to be quite a piece of equipment for us, a good piece for the citizens. As you've noticed, with all the rain and as busy as we have been, the vegetation is pretty much out of control. We did have to do a little TLC on this thing, but she was out working and running today, and we will try and keep it that way. Vegetation you should see go away. My plans are to use this thing pretty much on a daily basis, every other day, depending on what we've got going on. If it's wet, it doesn't matter. We can mow because everything stays on dry ground except the cutting head. We can mow year-round with this. This is actually a good time to get it and start mowing. Plans are to get it down at a reasonable level. The grass, if you'll notice, is still growing, but not like it was last month. So it's starting to slow down, go to seed. Once we get it down, it should stay down long enough for us sometime during early winter or early fall to late winter. We should be able to bring the herbicide rig out, spray everything down with the broadleaf to where we still save the grass, but kill everything else. And we should be way ahead of the game by next spring as far as keeping this under control.
David, that has a tractor attached to it that we can use for other things, correct? So the tractor portion of that can be used for other implements and so forth?
I'm glad you brought that up. I'll be brief, Mayor. I'll be brief.
Okay. Feel free to,
Expound?
yeah,
Okay.
what we've been kind of
Okay.
kicking around.
It is a dedicated tractor to the slope mower. That doesn't keep you from adding attachments to the three-point hookup on the back. It's just that the slope mower would take an act of Congress to remove from that machine. So we're good there, but it is a powerful tractor, four-wheel drive. As far as implements that it can, anything that you can imagine. One in particular, I wish you would imagine, is something called a road reclaimer. I just took a wild guess. The one we need, $65,632.18.
That's a new one?
That's a brand new one. When we get to this point, that would be an absolute game changer. The bad streets, lots of them, 28th, 27th, could be resolved fairly quickly. Would it be pavement? No.
Yeah.
Would it be limestone with the ash mix at last?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Would it be smooth as a baby's rear end?
Much smoother.
Much smoother than what we've got. This is something that we could use on most of the roads, all the roads out here. And the thing I want you to just think about, 65,000. 1/2 mile of paved road, average price today is a hair over $1 million. This thing would pay for itself in short order.
It changed our roads.
It would be an overnight game changer.
So what we've kind of been talking about is auctioning the great all and the rubber tire roller off to offset that, and those machines don't get used very much.
No.
But if you're gonna have that grinder, then aren't you gonna need a roller to pack?
Grinder
Well, there-
has its
there is
own
that.
roller.
Sir?
The grinder has its own roller.
Oh, really?
Now, it's not the 30-ton roller that you see, but it certainly packs it down.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause that packing is a big deal for lasting.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we looked into renting a bow mag, and they're like $7,000 a day.
Yeah.
It's a little out of touch.
Thanks, Dave. That gives us something to think about. Thank
Sure,
you.
just food for thought.
That's
No,
just food for thought. Just,
I wanted
planting
an
a-
answer tonight, right now.
Just planting a seed.
It's not on the agenda.
Thank you.
There you go.
Good
What did you
deal.
say, Carolyn?
It's not on the agenda.
It's not on the
Oh,
agenda.
Nice way to tell me shut up and sit down.
Shut up and sit down.
Gotta do the dams.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have to. You stole my thunder on that too, so.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Everything's going along as you explained. The stuff on Tristan or on Charmaine seems to be right on track, on time, in time. Hopefully we can get it all up soon. The others, Camelot you talked about, Galahad, Tristan, we've checked those monthly reports. They're about where they need to be. Some vegetation, some places, some cracks we need to take care of, but all in all, generally 100% sound. Okay? Other than that, I don't have a whole lot tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
You bet.
Ms. Williams, you're up.
For P and Z, we've had 2 people retire, so in your packet, you can see there are 2 letters of interest, one from Curtis Moncra and Mary Friedrich. So they would like to join the P and Z board.
So we need a motion to add Mary. Do we need separate motions, or would one motion do?
Individual nominations.
I'd like a motion to, I nominate Mary Friedrich and Curtis Moncrief to the P and Z, and I'd like a motion to accept that.
I so move.
Second?
I'll second.
So,
All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome to the dark side. Mr. Gregory,
If
there's
you
a lot
insist.
going on with the county and taxes and appraisals and,
There really is, and it's such a busy time that we actually canceled our most recent meeting so that the chief appraiser and subordinate appraisers could work with the, what's the word? Protesting department, if you will. So something that residents need to understand is one, we all live in the same county. The chief appraiser and subordinate appraisers are working with a state-supplied checklist and worksheet that they have to operate on. The taxation guidelines are provided by the state. It might not seem like it at this moment, but the good guys in the battle are the chief appraiser and subordinate appraisers because they are what is standing between the state and even higher taxes. As an elected official, I am not allowed to speak to any person about a specific property that I do not actually own. However, the advice from the chief appraiser, subordinate appraisers, as well as the board members themselves, protest your taxes. Take a look at your notice. If you have already received one, there should be a date printed on there. If you do not already have the notice, call the tax office. Talk to them about it. They will get you in the right direction and provide all steps necessary to protest your taxes. Protest, protest, protest.
so even on the 6 o'clock news last night, there was a mention that Judge Milton Powers was suggesting that all residents of Tyler County protest their taxes for this year, if they're out of line.
Yes, the
That's
the
a-
deadline is September 6th or 30 days from the date printed on the notice, whichever is latest. And that's all that I have in that department, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
So next is to consider for discussion the action of the joint election agreement with Tyler County for general election on November the 5th. This is a routine document that's put together. It's it's from Denise Gregory. It's just a joint agreement that allows the elections to take place. Is there a better way to describe that?
No.
Okay. So it's just a notice. I need a motion to accept this.
So move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
No, I didn't second.
I did.
So number 8, consider for discussion an action of budget amendments. I was going to scratch this, but I'll just talk about it a little bit. Our road material has gone a little bit negative, but we ended up using some of our own material in several different places where the Texas Materials was supposed to provide the material with grant funds. So what we've done is we've worked out an arrangement with Texas Materials to make it right. They're going to be delivering roughly 200 tons of limestone to us this next week. So then we'll be even again, and even though we appear to be negative in the materials, we're going to be actually ahead. I know it's confusing, but it'll work itself out. The reason we ended up using our own material was because just the rush of the hurricane and the storms and the roads that needed repair, our folks decided that they were not going to wait for Texas Materials. Okay, Haley, you're up.
Away from the speaker. See if that fixes it. So all the financial documents were received August 12th, and they were sent out to council same day along with the financial reports and the reconciliation details for each count. The state comptroller direct deposited $7,992 on dollars was collected, and then last month's sales tax deposit was $7,182. July ad valorem taxes were received on August 6th, totaling $17,634, with $14,464 going to maintenance and operations.
Sorry.
Am I interrupting your phone call? And $3,169 for the interest and sinking fund. The calculated balance of delinquent taxes stands at $282,000 and $282,012 as of July 30th, which is the accumulated amount from 2010 to present. The calculated balance of unpaid taxes, penalties, and interest for Ivanhoe North is once again $4,849. There were no changes in the last, I think, 2 months. We got 2 months of back taxes and then nothing after that. The total pledging at Citizen State Bank did not exceed the $250,000 FDIC limit again. CSB did not pledge. Our Texas class interest rate has remained in the 5.2% area through another month. After reviewing the totals for the various departments, budgets are correct, the bank statements have been reconciled, and I do believe that the July financials can be approved.
So would you like them approved?
I would like them approved.
Can I have a motion to approve
may
July
so.
financials?
I so move.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Anything for executive session?
No, there's nothing to discuss in executive session, so if we're done, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a
know.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are y'all, we're trying to adjourn? We had a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.